Hey guys, just wanted to let you know before we start today's episode, coming in February, there's going to be some big changes to the Patreon tiers. We have heard your feedback. We've taken it in. We're really going to take things to the next level. That will be announced next week. So be sure to listen to next week's episode to see if you want to upgrade your Patreon, switch around what you're doing. But we are going to be changing the format, offering some really cool extras, changing what we're doing episode-wise, and that's going to be starting in February, but we will be announcing it next week on Tuesday's free episode to give you plenty of time to make whatever adjustments you want. All right, let's get on with the episode. What was the deal? Did you have eyesight issues or what?
No, I haven't had my eyes checked in like 3 years. So
That's amateur hour. I got my eyes checked once, and then I just kept faking prescriptions the rest of my life.
Yeah, I think that's the move next time. I don't like all this dilated mess, man. I can't see shit. It sucks.
No.
But my glasses did break too, so it was good to just get new glasses. They're always expensive though. I always forget that, you know.
Now you gotta go to get these Warby Parkers. Don't buy it. You never buy from the optometrist. That's a racket they're running in there.
Oh really?
Oh, the markup on those things is ridiculous.
Fuck, man, I got taken then.
No, you just say, give me the prescription. I'm gonna get them somewhere else. You go on the internet. I stopped. I don't even do Warby Parker. I do China. About $15, honestly, $15, and they look good. They, you know.
Yeah, I'm only wearing them to read. You know what I mean? Like I don't wear them for much like fashion. So yeah, no, man, I got taken for a ride, man.
And the optometrist, you never. I've said that. That's number one rule in my book of business. Never buy your glasses from the optometrist.
I gotta get your book.
The other number two rule. If you're selling a gold necklace to buy a different gold necklace, don't do it from the same guy. First sell the gold necklace, then go to a different place and buy, because what the guy will do is he'll just add in that cost of your initial gold necklace to the big one you're trying to buy.
That's good to know. I mean, that's great to know.
Yeah.
Not just good. Oh, man. All right, man. Well, everybody out there in TV land, in audio land, welcome to the Rad DudeCast. If you're unfamiliar, yeah, give them a bark, Brendan. Let the people know out there, huh? Oh, that's a junkyard dog. Y'all dealing with a junkyard dog now. We got a leash. We got to find a leash for that dog. We'll scour the town to try to find a leash for that dog. But in the meantime, you might be wondering to yourself, what the fuck am I listening to? Obviously, if you've been here before, you know what you're listening to. But hey, everybody needs a refresher course. Basically, it's Brendan Air. Tell the people at home what your name is.
My name is Brendan Air. You may have heard me earlier doing dog noises.
Yeah, so you might be like, I thought that was a dog. Nope, that is a man.
Just a classically trained actor from the Larry Dog School of Acting.
And that's an accredited dog school of acting. Yes. So don't be taken by those that are not, because that's a good way to blow a mortgage. Now, now we got Brendan coming down the pipeline, but who's that flanking me to the left? That's my man, Greg Stone. Greg Stone, tell these people what your name is.
What up? That's my name. Same as it's been. Here we are. Same name, same time.
Right. Man, he'll ramp up later.
Oh, I'm ready.
And who am I? You're wondering at home?
Hey, who are you, man?
Who am I? As the great Jackie Chan once said in one of his movies, who am I? Titled, Who Am I?
I don't think
I am Anthony DeVito. Once winner of the Candy Corn Challenge in Bloomfield, New Jersey.
You never won the candy corn, and you better stop bringing that shit up, because that never happened.
I certainly did, man. And I'm glad that you've defied me on this. I did win the candy.
I got your back on a lot of things, but when you make it personal about winning the candy corn count, that they would have been screaming your name in Bloomfield for years.
Well, look, everybody at home who's a new listener, sorry that you got to deal with this, but we got to deal with this. I did win the Candy Corn Championship, and because of that, I thought I was psychic for a long time in my life, and the prize was a blue mongoose bike, which I didn't know how to ride, which my uncle then pawned for cash. So, anyway.
Who are you pawning the bike to?
I'm not. That is to this date remains unclear as to what connections my Uncle Paul had in the child bike world.
What are you kidding me? A pawn shop will buy a broken blender. You think they're turning down a premium mongoose BMX bike? That's a great find for a pawn shop. A pawn shop will buy a VCR today. In 2021, you can sell a VCR to a pawn shop. A mongoose bike, that's high-end pawn shop material.
Brendan is right. You can go to a pawn shop and you can be like, it's a rope with AIDS on it.
Yeah.
We'll how many do you have?
Yeah.
So, anyway, we are three very, very good friends, very close friends. Greg and I are best friends, and Brendan remains a close third. But we are New York City comedians.
Like great game.
And
Mike doesn't even exist.
Mike is coming in hot for Mike, and I'm bringing up the anchor. Who's that toe in the line? Mike Suarez, man. Tell him what your name is.
It's Mike Suarez.
You heard it, folks? It's Mike Suarez. You're coming mid-juice.
Could you imagine, Anthony, not to cut you off, but could you imagine if this was midway through first round of Jeopardy, if this was Trebek talking to the appointments? We've got Mike from Pennsylvania. Mike, tell us your name and where you're from.
I always love if Trebek just made outright lies that the people had to go. That never happened, man. Where are you getting that information from?
Hey, you guys doing welcome to Jeopardy. That's Mike, he's a racist. That's Sally, she's a lesbo. And that's Vinny the Greek. I'm Italian. Shut up. Let's play. Boom.
Shut up, Sally. So anyway.
Peace, Trebek. Anyway, go ahead.
So you've stumbled upon here at the Rad DudeCast. And what we've got today, we've got an exciting episode. This is a three-part act. Like most great plays in history. First, we're going to do a little bit of Schoolyard show and tell. And then Brendan, question, please.
Just an early comment. I'll give you $3,000 if we make it through 2.5 acts of your 3-part act in one episode.
Actively trying to keep us to even get to the first.
We haven't even gotten. We're really this. This intro is really unfurling itself slowly.
Yeah. I thought that candy corn thing was going to be about 40 minutes.
I couldn't believe we breezed by that either, Greg.
I was ready to pull out Rad DudeCast cord on the candy corn thing, but Greg bowed down like a gentleman. Greg bowed down.
I'd love that. A proud day for me to be in front of a judge that day when I'm defending my candy corn history. So basically, I've given the boys one thing to bring in. It could be an idea, it could be a story, it could be something they watch, anything, just something to bring to the table. And then part 2, we've got a news roundup with Mike. And then
we hope.
Yeah, we do hope. We hope. Mike forgot that part, and he's scrambling right now on various websites on the internet to find some news. And then
it's ready.
All right, great. And then part 3 is the wild card round, which I'll be changing from week to week as if I do this again. But yeah, that could be anything. But for this one, I gave the boys a word, and whatever that word sparks, it sparks, and we'll go from there. And the word was New Year's Eve. So without further ado, let's get into it.
And tell.
Show and tell. Mike, hit him with that show and tell song.
All right. Back in school, acting fool, pencils, papers, stencils, and erasers. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Doing your homework, grown smirk. Things are going well, but don't forget, show and tell. Show and tell. Show and tell. What did you bring? And don't unzip your pants and say, my ding-a-ling, you'll get arrested.
Did he write that, or did you make him sing that?
Anthony clearly wrote.
This is a two-part question. One, did you write that and make him sing that, or did he improvise that?
I wrote that and made him sing it.
Perfect. Two, would like to add nothing better than a podcast where one half of the game doesn't work. Show and tell, it's an audio visual, as we've said multiple times. 50% of this is not going to work on people.
Emphasis on the tell.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Well, and I'd like to tack on a third point, if I may. Really, and I'm not saying this jokingly, really impressed with Mike's singing of that song.
Yeah.
Because I could see as the lyrics were written, hard to really pin down a tune per se. And Mike,
or a rhyme.
Yeah, a rhyme.
Or a semblance of sense being made.
Yeah. And Mike really put it together in a way where I could tell he practiced that thing. That was not the first go round on that song. Very good, Mike.
Gave that song life.
Yeah.
I presented him a pile of trash, and Mike was like, I can work with this.
Yeah.
And, anyway, yeah.
My favorite part was when you named all the days.
I didn't want to leave one out. Also, I think that's a thing to do in music. You know what I mean? Because you go from rhyme to just statistical information, and then you go back into rhyme.
Yeah, leave them. I hate when people take too much artistic creativity with anything. You know, any TV show, it's like, give us the facts. You know, when you do a song, don't get into the jingle. Tell us the facts, okay? What involved in show and tell? Erasers and pens and papers. You know, don't let people think for themselves. In this show and tell song, show them what they're supposed to be thinking.
Yeah, and tell them every day that exists in the week.
Well, Greg, you just dinged on a fourth point about Anthony's show and tell segment. The theme song seems to indicate a good show and tell item would be just an everyday piece of schoolwear. You suggested pencils, erasers. Not a good show and tell item. That's
this is show and tell for the child who is unprepared. Okay, the child who comes to class and goes, show and tell. I'm prepared. Here's an eraser. Here's a crayon. That's a teacher's hair. I want to show the hair. Show your hair, okay? Kid's not prepared.
Give me your hair. Give me your hair. Give me your hair. For Christ's sake. I gotta make a name for myself in front of these kids. The pencil paper part, that was to set the imagery of school. That was to set the scene. That's all that was. But I mean, if you want, obviously I'm not going to stop anyone out there who wants to show one of their pencils off as a show and tell item. That poor fuck. But all right. So Brendan was chomping at the bit. Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
I just want to say, man, show and tell was the classic two things. It was two types of people in show and tell. A kid who did nothing, and like I said, just points to someone's hair and says, I'm showing her hair today. And then two, the kid who's like, well, I'm bringing all my toys to class. This is just an excuse for you to show my goddamn toys to everyone and try and play with them. I'm not paying attention for any history class. I got a transformer under the desk.
Yeah, and I think it's a good move, too, for you to entice kids to come over to your house. You know what I mean? The kid that shows up with his whole G.I. Joe catalog is basically saying, here's what Saturday could look like for you if you play your cards right.
Yeah, keep calling me Four Eyes. You're not getting behind this Teddy Ruxpin. I put a Danzig cassette in the back.
One time. Yeah,
go ahead.
No, please. I can't wait for your
I'll tell you this. And I didn't remember this till you just brought up show and tell. My brother, either in kindergarten or first grade, because those are the only grades of school he was in before I was in school, he brought me for show and tell. First of all, I don't know how the logistics of that work. Did I just walk home as a 3-year-old? And second of all, they'd never seen a person before? That's not a good show. Here, look at this. Look at this. It's a littler guy.
I love that so much. He stands up in class and he goes, I present to you Human Man. As my show, as my tell. I remember there was one time for show and tell, I asked the class, I said, has anyone ever seen $1,000 before? And I put a stack of cash on a stool.
Yeah.
And I said, who will do what for this? And I'm showing and telling you guys about the dynamics of power.
Dude, I remember this kid I went to school with, I'm not going to say his name, show and tell, brought in a pair of scissors to school and said, I'm going to stab the teacher with these. Not joking. And this is before stabbing the teacher was hot, and everyone wants to stab the teacher now. They didn't know what to do, so they photocopied the scissors. They took the scissors to the principal's office, put them under the photocopy machine, and when he said he was going to stab me with these, and then he was like, are you? And he was like, I mean, I don't feel good about it now. He didn't even get suspended or sent home. He was just like, man, don't come in trying to stab the teacher.
I love
giving you too much homework.
I love the staff of an elementary school like trying their best to think like the police. Like, I don't know. I guess we better photocopy the evidence. That seems important. Get those scissors under the old Xerox in case questions come about later. Like, what?
It's not like we don't have 1,000 pairs of the exact same scissors everywhere in this school. They're the classic black handle metals.
Or just keep the fucking scissors because he said he was going to stab the teacher.
That's his mom's scissors, and you got to give the scissors back to the mom.
At a murder scene, they don't go, hey, man, we'll get you your gun back in about 10 minutes. We got to run down to Kinko's, make a copy, and then back in your hands. No problem.
Also, no one was worried because they were like, well, the best weapon he could bring to school was just a pair of scissors, so we don't got to worry about him showing up with a gun, or he would have.
Right.
Sorry.
He's just kind of using whatever's around. But I do love the idea of the theater of it, where he goes, I'm showing you a pair of scissors, and I'm telling you I'm going to use these to kill the teacher.
Yeah. He took the show and tell very literally.
People must have been intrigued. When he showed the scissors, people must have been like, scissors, we all have scissors. Go on. And then he said, you see scissors. I see a charge. I see vengeance.
I'm going to show you these scissors, and ain't nobody here going to tell anybody shit because I'm going to kill her. You keep your fucking, there's no tell here. Yeah. You keep your fucking mouths closed. Now, if you want homework tomorrow, you say something, but I'm going to cut this bitch.
Yeah. I'll show you a shallow grave.
I'd like to show you my mother's bra and tell you that I'll be rubbing it on my testicles later.
Oh, man. What a wild ride. Mike, how are we doing on time?
We haven't gotten to the bit yet.
Okay. All right. Brendan, you were chomping at the bit before we got going. So you go first.
I have a show and tell that is a what it is a thank you / in-depth analysis, if you will.
Yeah.
What I received an Amazon Prime package yesterday, and it was a extremely thoughtful gift card from Greg.
That sentence has never been uttered before.
No, it was
extremely thoughtful gift card.
But that is
the most generic of places.
They want cash or gift cards. You essentially gave us cash. I mean, so it's like that is extremely thoughtful.
That's the problem with gift cards. Sorry to cut in. It's like one step less than what a scam the gift card is. It's like, here it's cash, but only that you can use with me. So sorry.
Side note, one time I didn't have money very early on in the comedy career. I didn't have money to get to a gig. I didn't have the money to get there. It was far away. It's going to be a lot of gas money. But I had about $120 in assorted gift cards, right? I start Googling. I find a guy in New York who buys gift cards. Next thing you know, I'm through 4 security doors in the Diamond District dealing with a fucking Armenian guy that paid me $12 for $120 worth of gift cards and said that's the best I'm going to get. And it really seemed like I couldn't leave if I didn't give him the gift cards. It was so sell your gift cards online. Don't deal with the Diamond District hustlers because it was a bad scene. But let me get on to this gift, Anthony, because it was really thoughtful, and I want to thank Greg and Peter for it. And I know Amy is going to probably thank you as well. But what I really want to get into, Anthony, is the analysis of the note that came along with the gift. So it says, to Amy from Tita and Greg, happy housewarming and baby induction. First point.
Yeah.
Induction to what? to the Hall of Fame, to
life.
Maybe
world.
Cooperstown.
let's not rule out Cooperstown just yet.
To the world. We're inducting you into being alive.
Yeah, Greg is saying already that baby belongs inducted. You know, I haven't had a good look at that thing, but you better make room in Springfield, Massachusetts at the Basketball Hall of Fame because we got somebody coming.
Or maybe like Skull and Bones, you know, maybe he's being
Oh,
inducted into some sort of secret society. It continues. It continues. Now, I should make very clear, so as Greg and Tita are not painted in a bad light here. Greg sent me a really, really thoughtful housewarming present personally. So he gave me a airbrushing booth, which meant a lot. So this is not at all to take away from Greg, but the note continues, not for Brendan, exclamation point.
Yeah.
For Amy and baby, exclamation point. It then goes, it started off as from Tita and Greg. That was said at the beginning. The beginning, let me remind you, the beginning is to Amy from Tita and Greg. Happy housewarming and baby induction. The end just says from Greg.
Tina doesn't like to put her name down. She wrote that whole thing.
Yeah, you know, Tita's pen name is Greg.
Yeah, she took my first name instead of a last name.
Rare.
We're just
Rare
known as
move.
Greg now. Yeah,
But-
like the Bruce Springsteen. You know, it's like we're Bruce. We're Bruce Springsteen.
Yes,
And,
exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
but
So-
it's the Holy Street Band.
That's my show and tell. It's a thank you to Greg. I deeply appreciate it, and also an analysis of the induction segment of the note.
Right.
Well,
I
it should
wasn't
be
sure.
known. I went half on that.
Yep.
You got to
Did he?
know that.
It doesn't say Anthony. It says originally it was from Greg and Tita, then just Greg. So
Oh fuck.
Yeah, but I went half, so that's fine.
He
So
went half.
I
did
would
he
give-
really, or what's going on here?
What? No, I did not. But we were trying to play it off that I did. I was going to say, well, Tita didn't put her name on it. I didn't put my name on it either. Just Greg put his name on it, but we agreed, you know.
Yeah, everybody. It's from all the Rad DudeCast fans. I remembered that there was also another gift. So here's the thing. I sent Brendan. Oh, God, man, I'm just going to be open about all this now, how I fucked everything up. I saw this spray paint thing, and I went, I got to get this for Brendan. He's got to paint his cars. Sent it away. Then for a week, I'm getting yelled at by Tita because she's like, you sent them a housewarming baby gift that's just for Brendan to spray paint. It's like, we need to send them something. We need to send them something. On another note, there's another gift happening somewhere. I don't know where.
Don't worry. He accidentally included me on the text. You saw it. So I got the idea.
Oh, yeah, we never talked about that on the podcast.
Right.
For those of you that we never
Right.
talked about that on the podcast, there was a big group text where Anthony said, Anthony being the heart of gold, mind of pigeon feathers. I just get a group text, big old group text. Hey, you guys all want to chip in on something big for B-Man's baby? I got something in mind. And a couple people wrote down, yeah. And then I wrote, I should probably leave this conversation, but I guess I'll throw in if I have to. So
Right.
so I do have some notion that something could be cooking. I left the text, but I will say, Greg.
Wait, I gotta finish that sentence though. Let me finish the thing there, right? So then Tita's yelling at me, being like, "You got this guy a spray painting kit. You got Amy nothing. She's literally gonna have a baby." And Brendan did almost, as a woman, Brendan did almost, you know, from a woman's perspective, giving birth is not a lot on the man, right?
Right.
So she's like, "You gotta send Amy something." I'm like, "Oh my god, we're ranking our brains for it. Everyone in your family bought everything on your goddamn registry." I'm like, "We're out of luck." We send this gift card. Now I'm remembering that we already did the gift.
Not
with
to
Ashley.
mention.
Sorry, Anthony, I would have let you get in on that too.
No, that's fine. I'd like for you to get a little closer to Brendan, to be honest.
That wasn't what I was trying to do.
Here's the thing. I feel close enough to the guy, and I'd like you to get a little bit more in there.
No. You send me some money, Anthony. You're also half on that. Anthony's also half on this.
Don't even worry about it.
One more thing about the Amy thing. One more thing about the Amy thing is that Go ahead, Brendan. You're chopping. I forgot what there was another very important part. Oh, yes. Sorry. I don't know. Interrupt again. You got to say it's just for Brendan. It's just for Amy. Because if I sent him this spray paint gift and then I send them another gift, Brendan's going to go crazy, get mad, and be like, you did too much, and send it back. So I was making it very clear that this gift was not for Brendan. It was for Amy alone.
Well, first of all,
Smart.
you're all going above
Great
and
induction.
beyond. And I appreciate it so much. You're all going above and beyond. We don't really need anything. And it's just, you're being amazing friends. And I really do appreciate it. What I will say though, and Tita, God love her, heart of gold.
Mhm.
And I think many women and many people would share the same thoughts she was having. What I will say in your defense, Greg, is that baby comes around, right? This is what happens. I'm starting to know. First of all, they send you everything for the baby. You get that right away. Especially this is the first grandchild on both sides. So the fucking baby's set.
Yeah, your registry was clean through.
Next thing you know, you start getting people going, massages, spa treatments, shit for Amy, right?
Mhm.
Nobody's looking at the dad. Nobody's going, this guy's got needs. This guy's under a tremendous amount of stress here. And you did that. You gave me this thing to be like, here's a little piece of joy. Here's some excitement to look forward to. So I would argue with Tita, and I do think, look, you went above and beyond. Anthony, you're going above and beyond. None of you have to do
Well,
any
I've got
of
another gift coming too.
Well, none of you
you're
have
half
to do
on that
any
gift
of
card,
this.
man.
None of you have to do any of this. But
I'm good.
I will say, for those of you out there, don't forget the dad, because the dad's under tremendous stress. I read these dad books. I have to throw them away. Chapter 1, because every single book starts, you're probably going to go bankrupt. That's what every book just starts that way. So it's horseshit.
Wait,
Now,
really?
Pretty much. They go, yeah, you can't have a baby. You're not an investment banker? Forget having a baby. And it's like, fuck you. You know, you're infuriating me.
No, I've seen it done a million times. You'll be fine. I just got an alert, actually. According to Sex, fifthavenue.com, your present should get there today.
Wow, sex. Hey, has anyone ever, you sort of mispronounced that a little bit and made me think of a business idea. Has anyone tried to open a sex Fifth Avenue?
Oh, that's good, man. That's real good. Mike, hold on to that one for later.
Yeah.
Greg, don't worry about it. Don't.
Well, here's a pleasure about a gift card. You can get on at any time. You can 3 years from now, people will be like, "Hey, I want to go have some of that gift." Yeah, man, you could buy in at any time.
That's true. That's true.
There's no reason why you had to be part of the conversation before or after. You can be a month later, 3 years later.
I've never heard of somebody do that though. The gall to do that, to be like, "What'd you get them last year for Christmas? You got them a gift card? Let me go in on that gift. That thing's still open. Let me go in on that.
That thing's open, man. That thing's open. Cash makes every gift open."
Why? Look, I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying do it. I'm just saying it's an unprecedented move in the gift-giving game.
Not in the Coraluzzo household. Let me tell you how gifts happen. Monica buys everyone gifts. Joe and Greg show up and go, fuck, we didn't do shit. Yeah. Monica goes, here's a TV from me. And then we go, and me, slamming down a $50 bill on the table. And you go, boom, we're all in on that now.
Yeah. All right.
There's a reason my mom loves Monica the best. But, we're not the worst. We help Monica out after the goal, after she gets over the finish line. You give her a pasta after the finish line. So part of that gold medal is mine.
Yeah, this is 50 is a 50 whenever you get it. You know what I mean? Those things don't expire.
This is how it works for my mom's birthday or any present for my mom. My sister picks it out. My brother pays for it. I do all the logistics work. Okay, I get them connected. I connect those two. Right. I say, what do we need? What do we need going here? What kind of transfers do we need? Wire transfers from the Bahamas? What are we talking about? I'm the facilitator. I'm the fixer, and it's a 3-man job.
Let me tell you how the family here works. This is how the family works. Monica finds out from mom what she wants: a TV. Joe, because Joe will every now and again just get Joe goes and buys the TV. I come in later and go, that thing ain't big enough. Return it. Add another $100 on the top. Make him get a bigger TV.
Yeah. Man, that's cool.
Yeah. I go, 42. the fuck is wrong with us? 65. Go back to Walmart, pal.
I get I get these like bootleg gift cards from my mom that our customers clearly gave to her.
What?
That you kind of can't spend anywhere. They're these Visa Vanilla gift cards they're like for 20. That one will be like for $25. Another one will be for $5. Another one. They're all just her customers gave them to her, and then it travels down the pipeline to me.
Oh,
so
you get them.
I get them. She'll send me a note with it, and she'll be like, "Hey, have some breakfast on me." Right. And then it'll be like $35 spread out through 3 different gift cards, and nobody accepts them anywhere. It's impossible.
Yeah, here's a Diners Club gift card.
Yeah,
I remember one time a few years ago, we went to some restaurant in the heart of Astoria. I look at, I go, the fuck is this place? And you go, I'll tell you what this place is. I got a $200 gift card here, and we ate at this random fucking Greek place.
Mojave.
No, it wasn't Mojave, man.
Oh.
Mojave is way more. It was that like weird gold awning place that I have no idea how your mom found this place.
Well, yeah, leave it to her. She probably got somebody sold her that at the salon. She's bought into more timeshares and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that pyramid schemes that I'd care to mention. But yeah, no. There was one year where I do remember she like when she ate a Mojave one. I don't even think she ate it. She walked by Mojave and went that I can't like a little slice of Manhattan here in Queens. I can't believe this exists. Must have spent $500 on gift cards to Mojave. I ate at Mojave for 6 months for a year of my life because I had to.
You fill people in on what Mojave is. I think it's like a half Mexican kind of restaurant,
like a Tex-Mex joint in the middle of Queens. It belongs in Phoenix. It doesn't belong here.
Your mom and I are so similar because I went in there once and I went, this is dining, this is living. I go there with Tita and she almost spit the food out and went, this is horrible meatloaf. I can do better than this. We're never coming back. Terrible. But to me and your mom look at that and go, this is life. Look at that. That waitress has got a short skirt on. It's all looks like a shitty Alamo. Horrible here.
Yeah, that place, it had the ambiance of a gift shop.
Yeah.
And man, my mom fell in love with that joint. But anyway, Brendan, that was a hell of a show and tell. Great job. Greg, what do you got for us? Stand up in front of the class.
Oh man. Well, I have a show and tell, but I want to add something else.
Please go ahead.
First, before it, I want to tell you a show and tell story, if I could. Now I'm gonna
absolutely. That's what this is for.
I'm gonna be vulnerable here and tell you I am. This is one of those stories. I have some stories in my head that I never shared, and it's not that embarrassing. I'm getting an echo somewhere. Who's got an echo?
It's on Anthony. If you could turn your speakers down just a bit, Anthony. Turn them down. And turn your mic towards you, directly towards you, if you can.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
All right.
So I'll get it. Oh, yeah, no echo. We're
better?
good. Yeah, It's great. I'm good. Okay. So this is an embarrassing story. It's not that. I'm setting it up too much. 3rd grade, 2nd grade, or something. This girl brought to school popples. I don't know if you remember what a popple was. A popple was like a stuffed animal that would like fold into itself and turn into a ball.
Oh yeah, I remember. Those were great. Yes. Yes, those were very fun.
Popples.
Yes.
Boy, did I love them.
Name.
She brought 3 or 4 of them in. Let me tell you, old G-Man goes into the closet, steals them.
Oh boy!
I just put them all in my bag. She comes out and goes, "Someone stole all my popples." I immediately then realized what I have done, and then went, "Oh my god, this girl! I'm stealing. That's bad. This hurt her feelings." I go, "Let me look. I bet I can find them."
Oh, my God.
I know. I go into the thing. I pull them all out. Huh?
Give him the villain, play the hero.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I go in. I pulled them all out of this. I pulled them out of my bag, but then I just pulled them out of this like closet and was like, someone must have shoved them in there. I don't know what the game was here, but let me tell you, not a single person in this class thought that I didn't steal them. Everyone was like, well, clearly this man has, we all looked through the closet. The teacher looked through the closet. Everyone did. But it was like a life lesson of like, you can't steal from people. It's we hurt people's feelings. But I was very young, maybe like 1st or 2nd. It was, to this day, I still remember just being like the heat of like, what did you do? You stole from a person. Right. You can't steal. Stealing is bad.
Well, that's a great, but what a great turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knew.
Yeah, well, but it doesn't matter what everyone knows. It matters that you personally decided, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix it.
And then
Oh,
years
boy.
later, you worked at Sears and stole half the patio equipment.
Well, I didn't know Johnny Sears. If I ever looked at Johnny Sears' face, be like, "Hey, someone stole $75,000 from our audio department," I might be like, "Hey, I found it in the back of some car with my license plate. Someone stole my car and your stuff. I tracked them down."
What was going through your head when you stole it?
Just Gollum with the ring, just pure. I need. I want. I hated that girl. It was like a lot. There's a lot there. It was a lot. Like she was like, she actually tell you about this girl, what she did to me. I wrote her a note that said, "Hey, I like you. Do you want to be my girlfriend?" And I gave it to her. And then I was like, I'm nervous. So I left. I see her walk back to where I was sitting at the lunchroom, crumbles up the paper, throws it at where I was sitting.
Man.
Yeah.
Look, she had it coming, man. She had those popples coming.
Well, hold on.
She stole my heart. I tried to
Important
steal her
question.
popples.
Important question here.
Mhm.
What's the order of events on that? The popple stealing and
She stole it first. Yeah, she stole it first.
She crumpled first.
She crumbled first. She crumbled first.
Well, yep, she had it coming.
Yeah, yeah, dude. And Lindsay, oh my god, old fucking Lindsay. Oh god, I don't want to say this. Remember some girl we went to school with, man. I remember I told her I liked her, right? And then she goes, "Yeah, look at this." And she goes, she had a ring, and she went, "My boyfriend gave me this ring." And I was like, "How does a third grader afford a ring? Where is this? I can't live up to this guy's finances of a third grader who can buy a ring."
Finances,
mean.
Finances to the side. In third grade, you could have given me $3,000 and said, "Go get a ring," and I would have said, "How? What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
I don't know where to get a ring. I don't know how to get there. I don't know stores I have been in my, 8 years of life so far have had rings. They just haven't. So rings have not been a purchasable item in my life as of yet. I don't know what you're talking about. I get you one of them spider rings that are plastic that you get at the arcade. I
you gotta wait till Halloween.
Yeah.
You gotta wait till that. But guess what? This one's been in my mouth a lot because if I get one of them spider rings, it's going one place, my mouth immediately.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's Mojave.
Oh, there's Mojave. Mike,
went to Mojave
Help me pull Mojave up. What'd you say?
Went to Mojave for an event once. I forget. It was somebody's birthday. We all went.
maybe the Breaking Bad finale.
Probably my birthday because I love that place.
Yeah, Anthony. It was maybe go ahead and riff on that for a while. What is your thought process behind us going to Mojave for the Breaking Bad finale?
I'm so glad you asked, man. And that thing was going to get skipped right over, but I could tell you the real breakdown on that whole thing. Mike, bring up a picture of Mojave again.
It does look like.
If that doesn't look like you're smack in the center of Albuquerque, then I don't know what does. What better place to watch the Breaking Bad finale than in a restaurant Walter White would frequent in the show?
And if you think I wasn't telling Tita I want to go to my favorite restaurant, the Mojave, and she was like, "What?" And I was like, "We gotta go to Mojave, baby. That place is all class and jazz." And she was like, "You're talking about Mojave?" And I was like, "They got a banging meatloaf." They had like a banging meatloaf. I don't know. I still to this day think the place is good, but Tita has convinced me that it was horrible, and I also believe that you have convinced yourself that it's also horrible.
Now
eat there so much it becomes bad.
Seeing the picture, I remember having a pleasant dining experience the one time I was there. I liked it.
Mojave, yeah, man. I'll tell you about Mojave. They only got 50 items. So if you got a ton of money, you're going to burn through all those 50 items real quick, Anthony, when you get the Mojave.
Oh yeah, I had to double up on a lot of stuff. Sometimes I would go, "Can I leave some of the tip on the gift card? I'm just trying to get rid of some of this cash, this Mojave bucks."
Dude.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, you run into problems, in organizing group events at Mojave because you get 9 guys at the restaurant, and then one guy's just in the middle of the Mojave Desert going, I thought we had this nailed down. This was on the invite. Mojave, 8:00, and he's out there. He's got no water. He dies.
Dead. Let me tell you what Mojave loves. Beginning of quarantine, when they were like, "We're not doing indoor dining," Mojave was like, "Yeah, okay. Just come get to go and eat it where you stand. They thought they had broken this. They just put all this alcohol into to-go containers, said everyone can just stay inside, but it's in to-go, and you just eat out of a to-go container in your hand, and that's fine. That Mojave's big move was that. And then they eventually, I think Cuomo came in there and gave everyone a fucking one of them Ryu spinning kicks, kicked everyone in the goddamn face and kicked them all out. Mojave doing fine, by the way, of all the restaurants. Still kicking.
You got access to their books, or what's that based on?
They're not. There's not a big piece of wood in front of the restaurant, as most.
It's not the best you can do these days.
Yeah,
Mike has pulled the menu up now.
Yeah, let's talk about Mojave.
Let's really get into how they press the guacamole, Mike.
I love that. Sometimes I'll do things that I'm like, I think talking Star Wars is too specific. But talking about the Mojave restaurant that exists on the Astoria stop off the train for 20 minutes that's not niche enough. That's not even for Brendan. That's literally for only two people in this podcast. I know you were, but it's like
no, didn't you say now there's one, I think there's like a podcast listener that stopped you once in a restaurant in Astoria. So we at least have one guy out there who's so familiar with Queens, who's so happy right now is they're fucking going in on Mojave. And I'm so happy about it.
Yeah, because he's from the Bonnie. And the Bonnie is a way better restaurant than Mojave. If you're going to go to Mojave, walk 2 blocks extra to the Bonnie. Can I tell you the story about that guy?
Yeah, please.
And why I should not be allowed to have. So we have fans, but our fans will mostly exist via email and text and Instagram. They'll message us through that way. Rarely do I see somebody or at a show. They'll come to a show.
Nate nudie pics to my Instagram account, which have been going down.
Going down. You got to bring those back up.
Bring those back up.
You got to bring them back up.
I
walk into this restaurant, and then I'll be done with my show and tell. I walk into this restaurant, and I'm wearing a Rad DudeCast shirt, as one does when they're out of clothes. You wear the clothes you have to start wearing your merch instead of doing laundry. Guy goes, "Oh, I love the Rad DudeCast." And I went, "Sure you do, pal." And he goes,
"Well, you think it's a band, don't you?"
Exactly. You're just trying to get a little extra tip out of me.
Yeah.
Right? Sure you do. And he goes, "I'm telling you, Greg Stone, I'm a big fucking fan."
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I went, "Yeah? Hold on a second." Ran back to my house, got a t-shirt, a album download card, a poster, signed it all, then said, "Here you go." I just gave him all the merch I had in the house. And then he was like, "Oh man, thanks. This is too much," or whatever. He bought us some drinks, which was really, the guy's like, great. Every time we go there, he'll send us drinks. But every time we go there, he buys me drinks. And then every time I go there, I bring him the same shirt and poster. And I think I've just given it to him 3 times already. But I go, "I don't know, man, you were large still?" Well, we don't have a lot of merch. He's just going to keep getting the same goddamn Greg Stone shirt. But yeah, he's like, the guy's the best. And it's funny, Pete, I get so nervous about names. So I don't, I'm afraid to say his name. But
Hate to do this, but great time to mention. We actually do have a lot of merch now. And if you want to check it out, go to go to teespring.com/stores/Rad DudeCast. It's just this great. I mean, I like the classic wolf with sunglass logo, originally drawn by Joe Stone, modified by Greg, and it's available on everything. Get yourself one of those neck gaiters, because I'm getting sick of masks. And I think I'm going to get into the neck gaiter game where you just.
He won't let you in the Apple Store with a neck gaiter. I hate to shit on our brand, but you can't go in the Apple Store with a neck gaiter. They have to give you their own mask, but they give you one at the door, so it's not a big deal.
Okay, so wear the neck gaiter and carry a mask in your pocket. But you get yourself a red, because the neck
give
gaiter,
you a mask at the store. They do give you one.
The neck gaiter is badass. It'll make the bottom of your face look like the wolf. It's perfect. It's wonderful. I'm gonna get some of these going and start a bank robbery crew. But don't nobody tell the cops about this episode. Anyway, back to you, Anthony. Well, Greg,
would love for us to be involved in some kind of police investigation. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could see that happening in a soon documentary about a thief crew that uses Rad DudeCast masks to rob a bank, and then we're tied in and we get brought into the station to answer a few questions. That sounds like an inevitability.
This is the classic Law and Order episode where they have to bring in a celebrity somehow.
Yeah.
They don't know how to do it. This is how they're going to do it. And I'll be honest, not high enough celebrities to be like, what? The Rad DudeCast is here.
Yeah. We will play ourselves in the episode, and no one will be the wiser. You know how when they're just like, well, we can't get Mel Gibson, so we got Chevy Chase to play Mel Gibson. You can get us to be to be the Rad DudeCast.
It's more like we couldn't get Mel Gibson, so we got that guy, Mel.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
They did that because there was an episode where they were doing a Mel Gibson. Whenever Mel Gibson went off on that cop and he said all those anti-Semitic things, they brought in Chevy Chase.
I didn't know that. Really?
And I think they were thinking, all right, who probably says that too?
Who probably says that, and who probably hates Mel Gibson?
Yeah.
Call everyone who hates Mel.
I would like to. The real balls on them would be, and I'm sure they didn't, but if they first brought it to Mel Gibson, that would be the best. If they're like, hey, you want to be on Law and Order? What's it about? It's about this big Hollywood actor gets pulled over by the police drunk and goes on a rant about the Jews. I don't know how much we talking.
Yeah. Even better, not even better, but even equally is there's the casting room where Mel Gibson's there, a ton of people who look like Mel Gibson, and then Chevy Chase gets it. They go, sorry, Mel. Chevy he's got such better timing, and it's a little too real with you. I don't know.
Man, that's great. All right, was that your show and tell?
Yeah. What about you now?
Man, you showed and telled. So okay, I was watching go ahead, Brendan.
I'd like to argue, and I loved it. I loved his segment. I would just say, in contradiction of what you said, he didn't show anything, which, mind you, not necessary because we're an audio medium, but there was nothing shown.
Not to contradict you even further, but Mike did post a couple pictures of a Poggle or whatever Greg stole, and then he did go through the whole menu at Mojave.
Well, I would have loved a producer at my third grade show and tell, but I didn't have one, Anthony. So I'd like it noted that I did bring my note to show, and I told about it.
Oh, well, the idea of show and tell, you didn't literally have to show anything. I'm glad that you did, and that's great. But it was just it was just a jazzy name to have you guys come up with one thing.
I see. Well, it was an excellent segment that Greg did.
I'd like to add that just to look into my history, is I did that show and tell the same way I did every kind of speaking thing in school, which was I do zero preparation and then just fling it on charisma.
Yeah, I figured.
Just fling it on. I'm not going to memorize my lines, but man, if I'm not going to just lateral move this thing with whatever is on the top of my head, you got it.
Yeah, I saw that coming a mile away. These things were basically here for Brendan to do and for you to get a text message.
Waste my tech. I only get it's a nickel every time I text. I got the old plan. Wasting my money.
So
do your show tell.
So my thing, I was watching The Crown, and they love horses. The rich love horses.
Sure, they do love horses,
and I don't get it because it's like owning a flip phone to me. You know what I mean? It's
right. Old technology.
I don't understand why it's like this big to do that they have horses. Like you should be ashamed to have horses. Embarrassed.
Yes. You're below cars, but they love it. You know who else likes it's the royals and then the ultra rich Saudis. They're very big in the horse racing game. Yeah. And then you put a horse out to stud, and that's where you make your real money. And that's just fucking. You're just getting money. You're a horse pimp. You're pimping out your a gigolo. That's a gigolo.
Good. Horse history lesson time. Y'all want to hear a quick a quick history lesson?
Sure.
Fun fact about horses: police were always normal people, but then one rich man had to be a cop once. He was like the senator's son, and he got into the police game, and he said, No. We're bringing a horseback on horsebacks. Cops came because of kind of like Prince Harry, how he had to go into the military. It was a rich man who said, well, I'll do this cop thing, but I'm bringing in horses. And that's how you get New York City horses.
Yes, yes, exactly. Now,
Top
Anthony,
horses.
what do
Man,
you think
that
is
was Max Corner.
that was a great horse history.
Which will be a
great.
recurring segment.
Yeah. Now, Anthony, what do you think is going on there? Is it the sheer amount of time on your hands that you just do you think they actually like horses, or do they have to be like, I need a hobby that costs a ton of money?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is something like that. It's
Yeah.
something that presents really well, but when you really think about it, is just very dumb. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That thing can kill you.
what'd you say?
A horse can, like, a kick from a horse, knock your head right off. That's a very dangerous animal.
Yeah, it's an antiquated travel device.
Mm-hmm.
These things shit like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The cops use them. The cops aren't really using them. You know what I mean? The cops use them to be a little bit taller around Central Park, but that's about it. I really don't know why the rich have you know what they've done is they've convinced us that a horse
Yeah.
is an animal of the aristocrat when really they're just collecting zip drives.
I can tell you why the rich love horses. Before I get into that, I just want to say I love that there's an old, if you move back in technology from a car, you get a horse. But if you move back in technology from a helicopter, there isn't. You know, like there isn't some spinning bird that you can ride on. You get helicopter or you get nothing.
Nothing.
That's it. Maybe a kid with a jump rope. That's it.
See, I like that. The helicopter stands alone.
I suppose in a slight way, you could make it the leap to hot air balloon, but you know, I mean, that's
Dirigible?
a way fucking worse helicopter because as we've talked about many times, it will not get you anywhere except where it wants to go.
Yeah, it's like when my mom drives.
Yeah. That's if you're in an accident on the highway and the EMT hot air balloon comes, well, you're fucked because you better hope the wind's blowing in the direction of Southwest General Hospital.
Yeah, they may have to sit you up at the bank.
Yeah.
Now, the reason the rich love a horse, and here's why. One, you get to say you have it, right? Like, I have it, which is big. It's a big ass animal.
Right.
You don't have to take care of it. You have to put that in a stable somewhere else where you pay someone to essentially take care of it for you, right? And three, the rich love giant pieces of shit. Everyone knows that the rich love a huge grassy shits, so they like to go there. I do think that they just like to have those, like, they don't really have to take care of it. They just go there, they race them, they make money, they get to go, look how I am the richest because my horse is of a great, you know, they love monarchy type, they love genetic type shit. Horses are very big into like high genetics, and they love winning. So they go, I have the richest, I'm the richest. It's all rich shit.
Can I ask this? I agree 100% with Greg. Do you think there's any element to it of them tending to look a bit like horses?
Well, I think you're dead on there,
Wait. Can you repeat that? You're saying that people like horses because they look like horses?
Royals, for whatever reason, whether it be the inbreeding over time, they've got these sort of equine faces and bad teeth. They're very horse-like to me.
Right.
Both
are inbred.
Yeah. Do you think? Yes, both are inbred. Do you think there's some sort of connection there, Anthony?
I think you're 100% right. I think I've never not looked at a horse and thought it was some kind of English family. They absolutely look like old British people, and I like to think too that some of these old British people they look at the dongs on some of those horses.
Got to,
and they're impressed by that. You know?
Well, I will say on the note of that, if you could look up the exact name on this, because I don't think it's Catherine the Great, because she's Russian, but there is a long-running rumor, and I feel
the rumor is Catherine the Great. That's the rumor. It stayed with her whole life.
And I feel like if a rumor lasts, 500, 600 years, however long it's been, probably true. And the rumor was that she enjoyed being fucked by horses. And so I think at this point, you've got to say, well, a 600-year rumor that would have dissipated if there weren't some facts going behind.
Unless
that.
it's fun. I mean, that's a fun rumor.
That's a fun rumor.
You want to tell that rumor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't mind that. If I'm Catherine the Great's husband, right, and she's out there having sex with horses, you know how secure I then feel? Do you know what I mean? Sorry, Mike put up a picture of old Catherine the Great. There she is in all her golden glory.
Meeting. Keep going.
Well, I do get what you're saying, Anthony. So you're saying, look, I can't go up against a horse. So what do I have to be?
No horse. What do I care? She's into horses. I have a built-in excuse for myself. The woman loves horses. I am not even close to a horse.
That was like when I caught my ex in bed. Many years ago, don't say her name, but many years ago, I caught her in bed. I was ready to fight. And then I found out it was an old man with a tiny penis. And then I was much less angry because I said, well, this is not about me. This is something else is going on here. This is an old man with a tiny penis, much like a horse. A horse has a large penis, but in other words, it's not your category. It's not your category. You're not being cheated on by.
Never be that. You know what I mean?
That's her issue. But I think my counter argument, if I were to find out Amy was fucking horses, I would kind of say like, hey, I don't think this is great. Like I'm not jealous as much as I am really very concerned here. And I can't go along with this. I think you got to stop is what I would say.
No, I'm not saying you go keep doing what you're doing out there in the stables.
Yeah,
I think you're definitely having a conversation about it for sure. I'm saying for my own going forward, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's not doing anything to me. That's a one-off. You know what I mean? I'm not taking that into my next relationship. I'm not going. I've been cheated on before by a guy. She went with a guy who's taller and richer and more muscular than me. She fucked a horse. I'm not worried about the next person I'm with.
Yeah.
And on another note, and I'll be honest, the part of me I was half in on that because I had to hit record on my meeting. I apologize for my attention being swayed. I just want to throw that out there. I have to be vulnerable here. I always said with Tita, it's like, look, man, I can't give you those things, right? I can't give you a horse's dong, right? So if you need to fuck a horse. Like, I don't want you to have less in life. Fuck the horse. If you want to be with a man who's 6 foot, he's ripped, fuck that guy. I don't care. I'm bringing other things. I'm bringing my magic tricks. You know what I mean? I'm bringing my wires and my computer technical savvy. That's what I bring to this relationship. You need your iPhone fixed without going to the Apple store? You call me. You want to get fucked for 9 hours? Call the horse.
I love Tito weighing out those options. Just going, well, there's Greg. He's got all those wires and those magic tricks. Or there's a horse. What will I do?
Quick aside, last night I was trying to set this stream up for I'm trying to do some Twitch streaming. And I need a just USB to USB wire, just classic USB wire. Don't have one. I have every goddamn wire.
Every wire in the book.
Standard, regular. Every USB wire that I have in this house is just being used. I almost had to buy one on Amazon last night. I figured out some workarounds using Bluetooth, but I do not have your standard USB wire. Handy.
It's too amateur a wire.
Yeah.
You've moved on in the wire game so far that there's no way you're going to have something like that.
There's no flair in regular USB. Give me a VGA. Yeah. Give me your old display. Man, I forgot what it's called. Display.
Yeah, you're going HDMI to blender port.
Yeah, man. I got European outlet converters in this house. I'm not going to Europe. But whatever, man. You come over and you're some old French guy and you want to plug in your French beard trimmer. I got you.
I got you, Pierre. We're at 55 minutes here. I'd like to call in my $3,000 bet that we wouldn't make it through 2.5 segments. We made it through one segment, and boy, Anthony, I got to tell you, fantastic segment, and we're primed with 2 more.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, Brendan.
I just going to say what an effort you brought today, bringing these items to the table, because we filled out a what I would like to describe as a hour of fine entertainment with just 1 out of 3 segments planned. Now these rubes, if I will call them that, our fans, they're the left waiting, wondering what are these next 2 segments? What do they
Well, I
got?
think we told them in the beginning what the segments were.
We told them what they're going to
But
be.
they're not going to get them.
Good. Because then if you want to get your filthy little mitts on those segments, you got to sign up for the Patreon. And if you're a Patreon member, then you're foaming at the mouth come Thursday for when this thing comes out. And also, Otherfold, it gave Mike enough time to look up some news stories.
Anthony,
that he didn't have to look up.
Yeah. Anthony, tell them where they can find that Patreon if they're not already subscribed.
Yeah, you gotta go to patreon.com/Rad DudeCast. And you type that into your browser bar, and then the computer will take you away. It'll take it from there, so don't worry. And
What?
yeah,
That works. Type
Trust
it in,
the
the computer
technology.
will. Well, I guess it is. You hit return, and it'll take you there.
well, I don't want anyone knocking on doors.
Yeah, no, you don't want people knocking on doors, man.
I don't want knocking on doors going, am I at the patreon.com/Rad DudeCast? Don't do it. You just type it in the browser bar.
I gotta say, I think we should think about doing a brick and mortar Patreon, where it's a place you go and we play it for. It's a brick, like come we're somewhere in Tennessee. You come and you listen. You give us the cash, and we'll put the Patreon for you. We'll put it on for you.
It's not a bad idea.
Well, Anthony, I would say it is, but as if the idea wasn't far-fetched enough, it just randomly became somewhere in Tennessee, a place none of us live.
And no one lives here. No one lives there. No one lives anywhere. It could be anywhere.
Easier to get some land in Tennessee, cheaper.
I want to be the we'll sell your stuff on eBay for you store for Patreon. For people who don't know how to go to Patreon, they don't do it. You come to the brick and mortar. You come to Tennessee. We wait online. We're following all COVID regulations. You come in and then we just hit play. You give us the cash. You got to come once a month. It's like a Planet Fitness gym. You give us the thing. I mean, you're never gonna come. You pay and you never come. You know what I mean? Like Planet Fitness.
I was you were talking about getting some land, Anthony. I was like looking at cabins in Maine because that's something someday. That's like something someday I'd like to do. That's where Amy's from, and I think it'd be nice to spend summer, like part of the summer there. No time soon financially, but there's also like way up in northern Maine by Canada where nothing is. There's like you can just like buy a little piece of land, like very little, of like scrub brushland, not near the ocean or a lake, for like $800. And I'm kind of like, maybe I should just buy that, like just to have a thing that I own. Like, get it, stay off my land, like I've got this land if I need it.
They keep making people, and at some point in history, they're gonna run out of space. And you might be 1,000 years. I don't know, maybe when the robots take over. But you'll have that $800 piece of land.
It's also good to have some land, because here's what's going to happen. Now, the Battle of Gettysburg.
Familiar?
Yes.
Great. Well, what the Battle of Gettysburg has done is they got a big open field, and people come and they take some goofy pictures and they go, this is where all the people died. And now it's just a big old field. Well, if you don't think that corporate America and big condo is going to get their filthy little paws on that eventually, that whole thing is going to be an Amazon complex. But if you got your little spot of land, you go, we've moved the Battle of Gettysburg onto my land, and then people can come.
Yeah,
I'll just scatter around a few rusty old musket balls in the dirt for people to find.
Not a lot of land doing cosplay. That's what this is the land itself. We're remaking it. It's the reboot.
Yeah.
I like what they did in Vegas, where they got the little Eiffel Tower. It's like, I don't want to go to fucking France. No one does. Come to our France. It's smaller, and there's hookers.
Yeah.
We're gonna take all the class out of that weekend.
And then Paris is like, hey man, we definitely got hookers too. Don't count us out of the hooker game. All right, it is just because you're Vegas. We got plenty of hookers in
Just
Paris.
because they have armpit hair doesn't mean they don't exist.
Yeah. I will say there was something I was going to say. Oh, you know what's like a big, I was reading this article, it's like a big deal for farmers these days. They're all shooting for it. They all want a cell phone tower on their land. They're making more money off cell phone towers than they are crops. They rent out, like the cell phone companies pay farmers like $13,000 a month to put a cell phone tower up on their land. So I'm saying, I mean, I'm living in a rental right now, but I'm saying this right now publicly. I'll let you into the backyard if you want to put a cell phone tower up. We don't have, my landlord does not have to get involved. He won't know. We'll disguise it. We'll make you do one of those ones that you fake to look like a tree, and I'll do you for $7,000 a month.
Yeah, put a mini guy up.
Yeah.
They disguise him as tree. You got to disguise one as a person. You got to get a walk. You got to get a man with a bowler cap on. That's not a man. That's an iPhone tower that just looks like a 60-foot man in a bowler cap.
Seems to me like an ordinary giant in a bowler cap saluting. I think nothing of it.
Well, I also want to add this one thing. I'd be remiss if I don't. And I know a lot of people from Maine. I'm not saying you, but other people from Maine. And I know you're not from Maine. So a lot of things are going to tell me that that's a tourist trap. But my God, if Red's lobster roll place isn't one of the best places I ever ate in my life, hands down, I would drive that 9-hour drive again just to go. It's the best. It's the best.
I don't like lobster rolls, so I can't comment. I have been to Red's. It was fine, but I just don't really like lobster rolls, so I don't know.
Let me tell you about Red's. They sell you lobster rolls $20, but they also sell you grilled cheese that's $2, which is like, look, we get our lobster rolls are very expensive and very good. We'll say a $2 grilled cheese is one of the best grilled cheeses you ever had for the kids. Man, you should get next time you go to Red's, Brendan, get a grilled cheese.
I won't be going there ever again.
Are you mad? What did I do? Did I make everyone mad?
No, not at all. I just don't see myself going back to Red's. I'm not a lobster roll guy. I'm not mad at all.
You don't bring people to places that are enjoyable? You're not going to bring Amy there if she wants to go with the baby? What the baby loves?
My wife's from Maine, so she's not going to Red's. As you said, it's a known tourist kind of destination. It's not near
here.
All right, we'll go back to Red's then, man.
What I
go
want
back
you
to
to
Red's.
Yeah, go and get the grilled cheese.
I'm going to Red's. I'm going to Red's.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Brendan's off the Reds. All right, that'll do it. Does anyone have any dates?
I will be. Fuck it. That's far away. I got a baby coming. Baby, I'd like to plug my baby. Estimated date January 22nd. But hey, man, these things can come at any time. Could stay in there an extra year. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, and I'll be in Lincoln, Nebraska this weekend, January 8th and 9th at the Tada Theater. Ta-da. Keep saying it. Greg, you got anything?
No, man. Some guy tried to get me to do a gig for like not enough money, and I told him to go fuck himself. So I'm not doing comedy anymore.
All right. Thanks for listening. See you on the Patreon.
The Rad DudeCast is hosted by Anthony DeVito, Brendan Eyre, and Greg Stone. Original music by Brian Zippert. Produced by Mike Suarez. Executive producers Brendan Eyre, Greg Stone, and Anthony DeVito. Executive producers Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly for the Laugh Button Podcast.